Hello and very good morning, dear students. I am going to teach you course of your MSc first year. My course is PHCT 123 Quantum Mechanics. So I am going to teach you first two modules of this course. Today this is our first lecture of quantum mechanics course. So before going to uh, in detail what are the things that we are going to learn in this course, I want to just mention here that uh, for this two modules I am going to reference book of Zetili. So that book is readily available in our library. You can take that book. So Quantum Mechanics by Zetili. Okay, so this reference I'm going to follow. NZTLI. So NZTLI is the author. So take a note of this, and that will make your study easier. So there are very large number of books, reference books available for quantum mechanics. So you can choose any book that is given in your syllabus. So I found this book as appropriate for your course. So our first module is revision of general formalism. So in revision of general formalism, what we are going to study, as you already know, you already studied this quantum mechanics course at TYBSc level. So this module is nothing but revision of that module. Okay, revision of that all the things that you studied. Okay, so first of all you have to we have to see what are the things that we studied, recall those things. Okay, and we are going to study only important points out of that course. So first point is inadequacy of classical physics. So generally mechanics, quantum mechanics, classical mechanics, so these mechanics are related with study of motion that you already know. Now what is the main distinctive feature of quantum mechanics and classical mechanics? So the word is macroscopic and microscopic. So oftenly we say that quantum mechanics is the science of microscopic objects. So what are those microscopic objects? Microscopic means not the objects which have size of 10 raised to minus 6 meter. So those objects are we cannot see with our naked eye. So objects which have very size which is very less than that 10 raised to minus 6 meter. So microscopic word includes particles such as protons, electrons, neutrons, atoms, molecules. So all those came under the category of microscopic particles. So quantum mechanics is study of those particles, and macroscopic means the objects which we can see with our naked eye. So study of motion of those particles came under category of classical mechanics. So inadequacy means what? Inadequacy means what are the formalism or what are the limitations of classical mechanics. Okay, so that lead us to go for quantum mechanics. So inadequacy means limitations. Okay, in simple words. So what are the limitations of classical mechanics? You already studied, I'm just going to recall you. So classical mechanics is the science of macroscopic object. So classical mechanics is deterministic science. Okay. So what is mean by deterministic science? Deterministic science means if we have given initial conditions, then we can find out future of that object. Okay, future means what? How that object is going to perform motion, how that object is going to travel in a space. So all these things we can calculate from those initial conditions without performing any experiment. So that is deterministic nature. We can determine future. But in general, if we go for microscopic object, certain experiments suggest that deterministic nature is discarded at microscopic level. So at microscopic level, the particles does not have any deterministic nature. So what is the meaning of that statement? Meaning of that statement is that certain experiment such as photoelectric effect, okay, then we can say black body radiations, all these experiment we these two experiment we studied at our undergraduate level. Then Compton effect, okay, pair production, Davidson and Charmer experiment. Then next one is two slit experiment. So these experiments suggest that deterministic nature of the fundamental particle is discarded. So in quantum mechanics, we are having indeterministic nature, or this is oftenly known as probabilistic. We can say this can also we can say also those particles have probabilistic nature. So what is mean by probabilistic nature or indeterministic nature? It means that we have to talk in terms of probability. So why that nature came into play? Because these experiments suggest that these two experiments suggest that all these experiments, these fundamental particles can behave as a wave. Okay, so particle can behave as a wave. So we have to take into account wave nature of those particles. So if we have waves, then we have to take this nature. So particle like electron, atoms, molecules, all those particle can behave like a wave. Okay, so in this experiment we have electron diffraction in Davidson and Germer experiment. So diffraction phenomena is observed only for waves. Okay, so two slit experiment we observe interference phenomena from electrons, but we know interference phenomena is only observed for waves. So all these experiments suggest that the particles can act as a wave as well as particle. So in this way we can say the dual nature of particle is the fundamental one, which is key concept of quantum mechanics. In classical mechanics this is discarded. Okay, so these things are limitations of classical physics, and those limitations are explored in quantum mechanics. Then next, uncertainty relation. So uncertainty relation you already studied. I can write directly mathematical form of uncertainty relation. So mathematical form is delta x delta px is greater than equal to h cross by 2. Similarly, delta y delta py greater than equal to h cross by 2. Delta z delta pz greater than equal to h cross by 2. So here This is uncertainty relation in Cartesian form. For energy, we can write delta E, delta T greater than equal to h cross by 2. Okay. So here delta x is the uncertainty in the measurement of position of that particle. Delta px is the uncertainty in the measurement of momentum of that particle. H cross, you know that h is the Planck constant, h divided by 2 pi is the h cross. Similarly, this is for y component, this is for z component. And in words, we can say we cannot measure precisely and simultaneously position and momentum of that electron. Similarly, uncertainty relation holds for energy and time. So delta E is the uncertainty in the measurement of energy of that electron. Delta T is the uncertainty in the measurement of time of that electron or that particle, quantum mechanical particle. So all these mathematical equations tells us about uncertainty relation. So uncertainty relation, why appears in quantum mechanics? Because of the wave nature of the particle. Okay, so in our maybe next lecture we are going to study in detail about wave packets. So there you will understand that how that uncertainty relation came. Okay, now based on this uncertainty relation, I have written down one problem. So that problem shows us which type of particles are microscopic and which type of particles are macroscopic. Okay, so first of all, that problem is I already written over here. What is that problem? Estimate uncertainty in position of neutron. Here mass of neutron is given 1.65 10 raised to minus 27 kg, moving at speed of 5 into 10 raised to 6 meter per second. And B part is a 50 kg person moving at 2 meter per second. So we have to find out uncertainty in the measurement of position. So first of all, in A part, what are the given quantities? For mass of neutron is given, which is 1.65 into 10 raised to minus 27 kg, and speed v is given, which is 5 into 10 raised to 6 meter per second. And we have to find out delta x, which is uncertainty in the measurement of position. So using uncertainty relation, delta x, delta px is greater than equal to h cross by 2. We are taking lower limit, so is equal to h cross by 2. So delta x is equal to h cross divided by 2 into delta px. So here value of h cross is 1.055 10 raised to minus 34. 2 into, now we know that p is the momentum. So momentum is mass into velocity. So delta p is m into delta v. So here m mass is 1.65 10 raised to minus 27 into delta v is the uncertainty in the velocity, which is 5 into 10 raised to 6. Okay, so if you solve this using calculator, you will get answer 6.4 into 10 raised to minus 15 meter. Now here you can see the difference. How? See, we know that neutron is the elementary particle which is observed inside the nucleus, and size of nucleus is around 10 raised to minus 15 meter, which is 1 Fermi. Okay, so this uncertainty came in the order of the size which is confined, that particle is confined. So in this way we can say this neutron is the microscopic particle, and we can apply laws of quantum mechanics to this neutron. Now next part is 50 kg person moving at 2 meter per second speed. So in B part, given quantities, mass is 50 kg, okay, and its velocity is 2 meter per second. Again we have to find out delta x using similar equations, okay. Okay, so I will write directly, you can write all those steps over here using uncertainty principle and all that. So h cross is 1.055 10 raised to minus 34 divided by 2 into m, which is 50, into velocity is 2. So this is the average walking speed, okay. So means 50 kg person is walking on the road. Now this is equal to, if you solve this, you will get answer 0.5 into 10 raised to minus 36 meter. Now see, this 10 raised to minus 36 meter, and we know that person is confined, suppose in few kilometers range, and this is 10 raised to minus 36. So this, there is a very vast difference between the that person is confined and the possible uncertainty, okay. So these two quantities are not very related, okay. So there is a very large difference between these two quantities. So in this way we can say laws of quantum mechanics are not applied here. Why? Because of this, okay. But here story is different, so we can apply laws of quantum mechanics. So in this way we can say this object is macroscopic and this object is microscopic, and quantum mechanics is applicable only for microscopic objects, okay. So with this I will stop over here. In our next lecture we will see wave packets.